This week, IOHR Human Rights TV is at the Geneva Summit for Human Rights and Democracy. Now, each year, hundreds of courageous human rights victims, activists, diplomats, journalists and student leaders come together to shine a spotlight on the urgent human rights situation that require our global attention. The Geneva Summit is sponsored by a coalition of 25 human rights NGOs from around the world. And this annual conference builds on the success and momentum of previous years, which have been widely acclaimed in the international human rights community. IOHR is here to remind you that the story is not finished and there is still much to be done.
2018 will mark the 10th year that my brother, Saeed Malekpour, has been in prison in Iran. Our family's lives have been turned upside down and destroyed by the Iranian government. Our nightmare began on October 4th, 2008, the day my brother was abducted. This campaign, Saeed was under death sentence and they wanted to kill him, because they didn't know that somebody gonna talk about him, because he wasn't a famous person, he wasn't a political person, he was just a normal person. Nobody knew about him. He was a web programmer, lives in a Western country, and could be a good example to make fear among people.
Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, from Pakistan, a brave journalist, indefatigable with his professional exercise, Mr. Taha Siddiqui.
Thank you all for being here, and especially the United Nations Watch for this opportunity. When I told my parents I was being invited to the United Nations Watch to speak about the authorities' attempt to abduct me, they strongly advised against it. A friend warned that by coming here and speaking today, I was being loud, and Pakistani authorities do not like loud people. Another colleague said that I should be careful because at the end of the day, I have to live in Pakistan. All this is true, but I have one response. I am doing this for all of us. I tell my family, friends, and colleagues that recently they came for me, tomorrow they may come for any of you, and it will continue until one day there is no one left to speak the truth. But before that happens, I want to ensure that I did everything in my power to fight for our right of freedom of speech.
Dozens of others have been threatened, intimidated, beaten up. Colleagues of mine, including myself, I went through an attack. And none of them, there have been nobody caught as of yet. There's only one case in which there was the prosecution happened, and somebody, they said that somebody was to be punished in absentia. They haven't caught the person, but they know who did it.
It is an honor for me, a privilege, and really a distinct pleasure to be able to present to Vladimir Kara-Murza the Moral Courage Award, as I said, for a person who is the embodiment of moral courage. Vladimir.